Okay. Guys, my apologies. I'm having a lot of issues with Facebook right now, so I couldn't do my live stream. I was really looking forward to doing this live, but it doesn't look like it's possible. It's 7:06. We're just going to hop into this. I'm going to make this video for you so you guys can watch it in your own time. Most of the people in the group are watching the replay anyway, so it's really not that big of a deal. Today, we're going to be talking a bit about mindset, and this is huge, right? So this is going to be basically how we're going to evolve ourselves and then really just be different people going into 2021. 2020 was a crazy, chaotic year. Really wasn't the year people had planned. But the thing is, if we go into lockdown 2 or things completely change, we need to keep evolving, right? So I recently went through a pretty big transformation. I had a lot of very big mindset shifts, and I wanted to share this with you guys today because honestly, as I was reading this one book, doing this one exercise, I really thought about the benefit that this can give you. So we're just going to get on the whiteboard, walk through it today, and really just kind of help you guys really shift your perspectives going into 2021. Okay. So we're going to start with the mindset hierarchy. Some of you guys are probably familiar with this, but some of you might not be. So we have environment, we have behaviors, we have beliefs, then we have values, and lastly, we have mission, okay? Now, each one of these rungs is going to be more powerful than the other. The thing is, as you get higher, it's going to be a bit more potent, right? So here, oops, there we go. This is our little mindset hierarchy, tower. Bear with me. It's going to be an ugly one, but you guys can get the point here. So first of all, we have environment. Now, this, in the grand scheme of things, is probably the least important thing out of everything on this pyramid. This is ultimately where you grow up, how you grew up. Did you grow up wealthy? Did you grow up in a rough neighborhood? Was there poverty? Was there drug use? Were like abusive parents? Whatever it is, that's kind of like how you enter this is this earth. That is environment, okay? Now, the thing is, as we progress higher, these rungs, if you have proper behaviors, beliefs, values, it is going to pull you out of that bottom rung, okay? So in the environment, just as an example, let's just say you grew up in a very rough neighborhood. The behaviors you demonstrate, let's just say you work hard, you're consistent, you have a great work ethic, people tend to like you. If you have those kind of behaviors, that is going to get you out of that bad environment. Now, the thing is, as we progress up, let's just say we do have beliefs. Let's just say you want to change the world, or you want to invent something, or you want to make a business or impact a lot of people. You have these certain beliefs about yourself that's going to trump both the environment and the behaviors that you have because you have these beliefs. Same thing with values. If you have certain values about, waking up early, doing the right things, giving back to community, having an impact, contributing value to the world, if you have the right values, it's going to trump all three of these things because you demonstrate those characteristics. Now, ultimately, the big pinnacle here is mission. And the thing is, it's not really for everybody. What I was trying to get out of this is more about like fitness and mindset and stuff like that. But for me personally, I very much do feel like I have a fitness mission. So because I feel like this, even if I have a certain bad day or if I don't, want to skip a workout, I'm like, I can't do it because I got to do this stuff. I got to put this work in. I want to change these lives, whatever it is, right? Because I feel compelled to do this because something inside of me is kind of driving me to get these goals done. Now, it's the same thing for you. Let's just say you're a person that's in our program that's really crushing the values. You've kind of changed your belief system. You're putting in all the right work. That is going to really pull you through. You're going to blow past your environment, even the bad behaviors and stuff like that, because you really believe in yourself and you can make something happen. Okay. So what we do here, really what happens at JBF, is we're going to be giving you the right environment to really grow in. So whether that's me, it's Alex, it's Cooper, it's all the people that are here, all the stuff that we've built to really get you in the right positive environment. And, 99% of you guys are great, right? Like we love all of you guys. Obviously, there are like one or two people that are kind of like iffy, but the thing is, you guys are in a good environment to really grow, to meet each other. Like I see you guys adding each other on Facebook. Like that makes me so happy. I love that stuff. So we're really in a good environment to kind of build and grow and become better people. So the thing is, as we're kind of coaching you here, we're going to be working on your behaviors, right? So eating correctly, eating the right things, mastering the balance, mastering the trade-offs, having some red wine, having, a night out, whatever it is, we're kind of working with you on those behaviors. So ultimately these behaviors can turn into beliefs and then turn into values, right? So behaviors, this is a very important thing. That's where ultimately all of this starts. But as you guys transcend and go higher, that's when you're really going to get these very enduring beliefs and kind of values and results. So beliefs are like, I'm starting to really believe that I can do this. And then for values, it's kind of one step up. It's I embody XYZ. Like I embody what I want to do. I fully believe that I'm going to get there. And the thing is, you guys have seen me say this before. Like there's certain people like Marie, Jill, Monique, Julie. When I talk about them, it's like they're already basically at their goal because they have these values and they have this conviction in themselves, and they're demonstrating such consistent beliefs and behaviors that it's honestly just a matter of time, right? So what we're going to be doing today, now that we've kind of covered all this, is talk about how to flip that switch, because it's way easier said than done, right? Like I've done this presentation before and we've talked about this, like, yeah, you guys gotta, get your beliefs and your values in order. But the thing is, you kind of have to do certain exercises. We have to do certain things to change the perspective on all this stuff. So once you guys start seeing things in a different light, you're really just going to completely blow through all of these little goals, all these little roadblocks and everything, and really just become a new person. Because that, for me, again, I've kind of flipped my switch. I kind of feel like I'm the next version of myself, and the reality hasn't just manifested yet. So we're going to talk about that in a second. And the way that we kind of want to break this thing down is we want to start with the observer, right? So we have two scenarios here. This is such hippie stuff, right? This is like, we are deep in it, guys. We are deep in the mindset training, but we have two different scenarios that we're going to look at today. And this kind of ties into the mindset hierarchy, which I was actually thinking about today. So, let's just say that here we are the observer. Okay. So this is my little eyeball. And this person here in scenario A is demonstrating the right behaviors, right? So this person is eating correctly. They have learned how to hit their protein on a daily basis. They have an ingrained fitness practice. They have, the ability to go out and they really feel happy with what they're doing. They've changed their mindset. All this stuff is good. And this is kind of a person that's demonstrating really the correct behaviors. But the thing is, they haven't really fully shifted into the beliefs and values. Okay. So for B, let me move this down. For B right here, what we're going to be doing is actually changing the perspective of the observer. Okay. You guys ready? It's crazy. So here we actually put the observer on the far side. Now, the reason why this is important is because we're actively making a decision to be the person that we want to be. Okay. So this, when we're talking about going from behaviors to beliefs and values, put yourself in the person's shoes of the right values, beliefs, behaviors that you are looking for. The best way to do this, and really what helped me get here, is first of all, talk about what aligns. And then we're going to talk about what doesn't align or non-align. Okay. So these are really two areas to look at. So when you're kind of coming up with this person that you want to be, think about, what does this person do? Like, what do they feel? Like, what am I actually, what is this person like actually doing, right? So let's just take Julie Bickers, for example. She started, I think, like 208, and her big goal is like maintaining around 170. So she's basically right here. She's right on the money and she's in maintenance mode. But let's just kind of dial it back. Let's just say Julie right now is like 190 and she still has 20 more pounds to go. What she should be thinking about is, what is Julie at 170 doing, right? So is this going to be, this is most likely going to be things like, eating correctly, constantly, having the best, very like dialed in nutrition. So dialed in nutrition, believing in herself, being like a kick butt RN. So kicking butt at job, really whatever it is, and kind of breaking down what this person is, what this person is doing, and how this person is operating and feeling, right? So this is just a few examples here, but what's almost more important is to talk about the things that don't align, right? So let's just say here we have certain things like, letting negativity in, letting in, let's just say, being down, kind of all the behaviors that Julie at 170 isn't going to be demonstrating. Okay. So here, letting negativity in, this is like ridiculous, but just like going to buffets every day. I know she doesn't do that, but you kind of know what I'm saying here. So we're going to kind of break down who this person is and who this person is not. And then what ultimately happens is, when we have this and you're very, very clear about who you need to be, what happens is you kind of have a roadmap on exactly where you need to go, right? So here, Julie, let's just say, even if Julie's at 190, Julie at 170 is doing X, Y, and Z. When something pops up, she's doing this, she's responding in this way, she believes in herself like this, she talks about herself in a certain way, and all of these things align. And the thing is, once you decide that you're that person, this entire thing becomes a roadmap from where you currently are to where you want to be. And the thing is, once you can embody this person, you're already basically there. The thing is, reality just hasn't taken place yet because you're already acting like the person at 170, and it's just a matter of time before reality catches up. The thing is, you have to make this big change. You have to be very crystal clear about what it is that you want. So as far as major takeaways today, guys, is this is a really good activity to do. First of all, think about where you're at. Think about going into 2021. Who is this person that you want to be? And really think about it. Write it out. Talk about what's going to align. Talk about the behaviors that you don't want to see out of yourself anymore. And the thing is, decide to be this person. Okay. So in scenario A, again, this person is kind of doing the behaviors. They're doing the right thing. They just haven't really fully committed to being this next level person. And once you can commit to that, it's going to be big. Now, this is kind of the first step to this. And then the best way to attack these sort of problems, a few resources I'll leave you guys with, is the 5-minute journal. They have you walk through a few things. So if you don't want to actually buy it, let me just break it down for you. Every day they're going to say it is 3 things so 3 gratefuls, 3 things you're grateful for, 3 today greats, 1x affirmation. And the affirmation is key, guys, right? So when you write that affirmation down every morning, say it like it's already happening, right? So I'm Julie at 170. I'm Julie at 170. I am Tasha at whatever. I am Monique at, whatever it is. I am a kick butt, kicking down the door. People love me. I look great in my clothes. Whatever it is, you want to have that affirmation and those very clear goals. And that's just going to reinforce this entire thing. So those 3 things you do in the morning. And then at night, you talk about 3, what is it? I'm kind of drawing a blank here. I think it's like 2 or 3 great things today. So great things today. And then it's 2 even betters. So what can we have done to make today even better? And I think the real thing is it just puts everything in perspective. But for a lot of people, this affirmation, once you start doing this affirmation, like this sounds completely stupid. And, if I told myself that I'm giving a presentation on this like 2 years ago, I'd be like, this guy is crazy, right? But ultimately, if you start thinking like this is radically going to shift your perspective and you're going to operate in a very, very different way. Okay. So few things here, guys, before I part ways. The reason why all this stuff came up is because I've been working very hard at this and I kind of had to make a choice. It's like, all right, I'm giving myself I'm Justin version 2.4. Okay. Now I really thought about this, like going into 2021, do I want to be Justin 2.5? Or do I want to be Justin 3.0? Okay. And I really thought about this. I'm like, I've kind of been doing the same thing for the last 2 or 3 years. And fundamentally, I think it's in time to really shake things up and just be different and think about things in a very different way. So instead of having like a very small upgrade to like version 2.5, I'm like, what would the absolute best version of me actually look like? What would this person do? How am I going to act? What am I going to say? What is my team going to do? How are we going to be contributing value in 2021? And I think really breaking down what my version 3.0 of Justin would look like, I made it very clear. And every single day I'm embodying these sort of things, right? So for me, I'm kind of, I'm way over here. I feel like all this stuff has already happened. And the reason being is I have this belief in myself and I'm very crystal clear about my goals. Okay. Now, anyway, that's kind of how we got here. But the 5-minute journal is a great resource. Again, 3 gratefuls, today greats. The affirmation is going to be key for a lot of people. And then the second resource is going to be a thing called morning pages. Okay, so just to write that down, this is all from Tim Ferriss, by the way. So it's very beneficial stuff, guys. I mean, this is total hippie stuff, but at the end of the day, like these sort of perspective changes, I'm assuming you already feel something about yourself too. Just knowing this and kind of thinking about how to break this down, I can already imagine people watching this video are like, oh shoot, I need to do this. And if I change this, then how would this person operate? It's kind of a different lens to look through. And then when you put your perspective here, you're like, oh man, I'm messing up X, Y, and Z, right? So anyway, morning pages is going to be 3 pages written out. Sorry, I'm like flying all over the place, guys. There's a lot of stuff going on, but basically it's 3 pages handwritten. in the morning. And again, it's just kind of like free flowing thought. So it's whatever you want to write about. It can be about your affirmation. It can be about your goals. It can be about your situation that you're in. And oftentimes just writing these things out longhand, you kind of get this like perspective, like, hey, maybe I'm not scared about this, or, you know, maybe I should put more attention here, more focus on that. You just kind of start seeing things in a different light. So anyway, guys, that's kind of the overall thing that I wanted to convey today. You guys are familiar with all of this, the mindset hierarchy. This perspective shift is going to be huge. And if you're kind of in a rut, if you feel like you've been doing the same thing, and if you're kind of in a similar situation, going from version 2.4 to 2.5 versus 3, I highly encourage you to go to 3, break down what it is that you want out of life, think about the next version of yourself. What is this person doing? What is this person feeling when XYZ happens? How do you respond with ABC? Think about all these sort of things. And this is what's really going to make a big, big difference in 2021. Again, not a lot of stuff happened this year. It's really up to us to keep evolving. And I made the choice to do this. I wanted to keep pushing myself and growing. I just wanted to share this with you guys today. So I know this is useful. Thank you guys for watching. Put this into action. Think about this stuff. Write this all down. Make these changes. Work on it. Become that next version of yourself. And you're just going to crush it, right? So again, not super fitness stuff, but at the end of the day, this is kind of what really is going to help you. The fitness and nutrition is fairly simple. What's difficult to get right is the mindset, right? And when we do things like this, when we are helping you evolve, this is what's really going to get you guys to the next level. So anyway, I'll stop talking about hippie stuff. Thank you guys for watching. I'm going to try to figure out Facebook Live next week. Otherwise, thank you for being here. Let's crush it. You guys all did really well in 2020. Let's make 2021 even better. Okay. That's it, guys. I will see you in the next video.